Right now, we're joined by Democratic Vice Presidential candidate and Senator Kamala Harris as we draw closer to Election Day. We thank you very much for making some time for us. I know you just wrapped up a Hispanic roundtable to build back a better economic agenda as they recover from COVID-19. What is the plan there, and is it a plan for all?
Well, it's great to be with you. It is a plan for all. So I'm glad to be back in Arizona. And we convened Latino businesses, small businesses, to talk about, one, the importance of their work. These are leaders in business, but they're also community leaders and civic leaders, and so much a part of the fabric of their communities. And so Joe Biden and I have a commitment that relates to, one, $100 billion targeted at small businesses to keep them afloat and also to encourage new entrepreneurship. Our plan is for people who have been devastated by the coronavirus, that when we are in office, the PPP, the Paycheck Protection Program, we will carve out 50% to make sure it goes to small businesses that have fewer than 50 employees, because so many of our minority-owned businesses, in fact, 90%, I'm told, did not get the benefit of the PPP in the last go-round. So these are some of the areas of focus for us, but also just honoring the dignity of work. These are families, these are intergenerational families who are committed to being part of the economic strength of Arizona, and we very much want to protect and to support them.
I know last week, Latino Decisions Weekly tracking poll came out suggesting 28% of Latinos favor President Trump. While that's a huge difference for your ticket, it's also the same percentage the president had back in 2016. Does that concern you?
We have to earn every vote, but I will tell you, this president came into office making, one, a big deal out of really being, sowing hate and division and speaking very badly about immigrants, speaking badly about, he doesn't care about unifying the country. He has been about sowing hate and division between us. He tries to turn Americans against one another. Joe and I intend to unify the country and intend to unify the country around our common goals and dreams. We all want our children to be healthy and to be safe. And we all want that our grandparents are going to have the dignity that comes with that age of life and have access to health care. There are so many differences between Joe Biden and Donald Trump. In fact, on the health care issue, Arizona has been ravaged by the virus. So many people, Latinos are 3 times as likely to contract COVID and twice as likely to die from it. And meanwhile, Donald Trump is trying to get rid of the Affordable Care Act that brought health care to 20+ million people, including people with pre-existing conditions. Can you imagine, Javier, if Donald Trump wins and gets his way, he will get rid of what we did to make sure that people with pre-existing conditions get coverage. So one of the things that has happened as a result of the COVID virus, if people live through it, is lung scarring, which could potentially be the basis for denying health care if he gets rid of what we did to protect people with pre-existing conditions. These are real issues in front of us right now. Donald Trump has been weak on one of the most important jobs of being president, which is to protect the people and keep them safe.
I know as a presidential candidate, you supported health care for all. Is that still the plan?
We support everyone having access to affordable health care. We are supportive of private insurance coverage and a public option. What's most important to Joe Biden and me is that we understand access to health care is a right and not just a privilege of the rich people and those who can afford it.
Well, one of the major issues, of course, here in Arizona is immigration. Republicans say the Biden-Harris ticket supports open borders. Is that the case?
Absolutely not. We will enforce immigration laws, but we will also, I will promise you this, not separate children from their parents at the border. We will not put babies in cages. We will honor the commitment to DACA, and we will enforce immigration law.
And what is the plan for the 25,000 Dreamers here in the state of Arizona?
Listen, the 25,000 Dreamers in the state of Arizona are like dreamers all over the country. They have been frontline workers during this pandemic. They have been essential workers during this pandemic. They are contributing to their communities. It is our full intention to reinstate DACA and the promise America made to our dreamers, because it is the right thing to do.
I have to ask you about the protests against racial injustice that have sometimes led to violence. I know you sponsored legislation banning chokeholds, racial profiling, and no-knock warrants. But is that enough to end the protest? And what's your plan overall, considering that as a top cop, you didn't really investigate or prosecute many cases of officer-involved shootings or police brutality?
Well, that's actually not correct. I initiated some of the first pattern and practice investigations of law enforcement agencies in California that had a history of denying civil rights and engaging in misconduct and racial profiling. And Joe Biden and I are very clear that when we are in office, that we will put resources into making sure that those kinds of pattern and practice investigations of police agencies and law enforcement agencies have teeth. We will end chokeholds and carotid holds. George Floyd would be alive today if that were the case. We will also require accountability from police officers who break the rules and break the law by keeping a national registry of those who have broken the law, so that they can't travel from one jurisdiction to another and then get hired because nobody knows what they did in their past. This is a commitment Joe Biden and I have to our community and to our country.
Well, I want to leave on a good note and just ask you about those Chucks that you were seen wearing a couple weeks ago.
You know what? I have always worn Chuck Taylors. They're comfortable. I have them in, a few different colors, and so yeah, I love my Chucks.
All right, I think that's a California thing. So I'm right there with you. All right. Well, Senator, please come back. We know we're on the final stretch here, but please come back and visit us here in Arizona.
Okay. And Arizona is so important to Joe and me, and we are going to earn every vote. And so I thank you, and I thank all Arizonans for the leadership that you are providing. Thank you.
The best of luck to you.
Thank you, too.